Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome to a new series which is going to be whether or not it is good time to upgrade to the main beta branch. Now I'm going to run through the purpose of this and then I'm going to explain how it's going to work, but really what this is, it is to bring you a weekly update which will normally be done on a Friday evening. I would say around 8-9 o'clock I want to have it posted, so you know with all the patches during the week, have they done enough for you to be able to upgrade to the main beta branch, and is it stable enough for you? Some people want it more stable than others, so I'm going to try to bring you as much information as possible. However, I am not going to pick it apart detail by detail because I don't want these to be half-hour longs. I just want these to be quick bullet points so you can go ahead and decide whether or not it's for you to upgrade. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover this into 5 sections: impressions and highlights, bugs and crashes, economy, skills and perks, and then finally the conclusion of whether or not I think it's stable enough for somebody to go ahead and do it. So that's what it's going to entail. And I hope to have these up like around 8-9 o'clock at night, so you have the weekend to decide, because they're going to do all these patches during the week. And then when it comes to the weekend, you want to play, is it ready for you to do it? So some people will have different opinions than others. I will not bring you every single thing that's going on because that would take an hour long. I want to keep these short. So obviously the earlier we are into a main beta branch, the longer these will be, since there's going to be more information. As we go on, they're going to get shorter. Now, there's been quite a few things that have actually happened, and if you want a full version of the patch notes, I highly recommend you check out ItalianSpartacus, just how it sounds, one name, no spaces. He does an amazing job on patch updates, on the notes themselves. He is amazing for it. I watch his. I highly recommend ItalianSpartacus. There is a bunch of new artwork, as normally can be expected. There's some minor, very minor graphic updates. Not as much as was in the earliers, like 1.4.3. But there are just a little bit of them. The campaign map is one of the biggest. In fact, this has been completely redone, and I don't have my graphics on full, but for the people that can handle it, you will notice a vast difference in how big it is. And also, another thing that was done is actually how you can actually see other parties. And what I mean by this, if I scroll out, you're going to see little icons. Look at this. And it will actually tell you, there's his party. There's a caravan, and these are all my caravans. And when you're in a kingdom, it will actually show you all the armies. So you can see every army that is in the kingdom. So you can see your own parties that you created, your caravans that you have going, other armies that are moving, and you can actually track them as well. So they show on the edge of the map, which is a great feature that they put in. Absolutely amazing. The encyclopedia has been done up with favorites. This is still a little buggy. It is still. However, if I hit that little star and then I back out of it and I go back into heroes, she's up at the very top until you go back in and get rid of it. So if you just want to highlight one person in general, then they're always going to be at the top. Of course, if you add another person and have them do it, then they'll be at the top, of course, in alphabetical order. But it's just another way to go ahead and highlight your favorites. And those favorites are per category. So if you go into here, you can do the same thing with any of these, but then they won't, of course, show in here. So you do have to go into each tab to go ahead and find them. There is another awesome feature in which is the captain feature. That is when you go ahead and make these into a formation, she will automatically be the captain of the cavalry. And when she is the captain of the cavalry, As people know right now, you get perks for being a captain. As you can see, here is a captain perk. So when she is the captain, she will give all her perks to the cavalry. Now you can put multiple people as them, as number 3. So that way if Leanna goes down, she would possibly take over as the next captain. They do also assign other people as automatic captains, but this way you can assign them to however you want. So now you just don't grab companions that you need to just do your specific things. You really want to grab a companion that can give some great perks to all your different types of formations and units. So it is a very good thing that was done that can actually be quite powerful. There are a couple new quests out, however, one is really bad right now, and that is Ins and Outs. It is bugged pretty badly right now, so I would be extremely careful with that one, as I have actually lost money in relation doing it. So I take that right now as a grain of salt, and if another update becomes available, I will let you know. Now, there's not as much to go through on this patch notes for 1.5 because it focused very heavily on multiplayer, and I mean heavily. It is probably the biggest multiplayer patch they've had. They have dedicated servers. They have numerous things. I mean, the patch notes are long for multiplayer, which is probably well overdue. They have not focused as much on multiplayer as they should have. They have dedicated North American servers now, so that will make some people happy about that. There are too many to tell, obviously. Way too many to tell. As normally with a new one, there is going to be so many, it is ridiculous. When you're going into a battle, nearby enemies and friendlies might not join your battle. So that can hurt / help you, depending on your situation. So it really makes it hard trying to decide whether or not you can take on a battle, because you don't know whether or not somebody's going to be joining to help you out or not. In towns, notables are also missing. As a lot of people will know, there's at least 2 notables in every village, sometimes 3. There are notables where there's only been 1. I've seen screenshots where there's been 0. None. It has made it really hard to recruit and to actually find quests. On top of that, the quest frequency is down big time. It is very hard to find quests now, where you could virtually go to almost any village or maybe every other one and find a quest. It's probably cut at least by 300%. I've gone 8 or 9 villages in a row without finding one. So that is something that is really bad right now. There has been some bugs with you loading a game that it will break all the armies. They'll just break up instantly. So there is still that problem. There's still the starving that is going on with armies. They like to stay out too long and then they'll start starving. So that is a bit of a problem. Cavalry in some instances are not using pole arms. The economy in 1.5 is vastly different than 1.4.3 as to how it was different in 1.4.0. The economy is actually back to where it was. In 1.4.3, everything was very close together in prices. You could go get grain for 8 to 10 in virtually any city, and it made trading very hard. They have been trying to work on it, and I've been trying to get Dev Mexico to really work, and it's been pretty unsuccessful. However, in the first 200 days of this, I have noticed that the economy has actually gone back to how 1.4 was, where you could go ahead and pick stuff up in a city, go 2 cities over, and sell it for a massive amount. So the economy is back where it should be, and where everything should be making money, and that is also going to translate to profits from your workshops and from your caravans. So the economy is doing good. Skills and perks. Skills are doing pretty much how they're intended to do. There's been really no changes to it. I do have a way that you can level your skills much easier, I will link a video at the end. They did do some perks. They did 13 athletic related perks. So they got more of these perks sitting in here. As you can see, captain perks. They also put in 10 new archery perks. As you can see, there are now captain bonuses into the perks. The one thing I will say is our beloved, oh, now I don't know where it's at. The beloved use any bow on horseback perk, from what I can tell, is not, there it is. It is not working, from what I've heard. I have personally not tested it out myself, but unfortunately it is still not working yet at this point. If it does work, I will let you know. They also put in 8 new crossbow perks as well. As you can see, a lot of them are locked. Locked doesn't mean they're working. Locked means they don't have an animation yet. But as you can see, there are a lot of captain perks to crossbow. So unfortunately, they have not gotten to throwing yet. They have not gotten to smithing yet. None of the cunning works. Some of these do not work yet, obviously. A lot of these don't work yet. But they're slowly working on it. So we did get all of these, well, most of this taken care of. Should you upgrade to 1.5? If you are a person that likes a stable or somewhat stable game, absolutely not. Do not upgrade at this point. There are way too many bugs and crashes related with way too many things to make this even close to being upgradable near live. This is the first weekend and there is a ton of things wrong, and it is a main beta branch for a reason. And unless you want to put up with them, I would not upgrade. Wait until next week. I'll have a follow-up video explaining what has been done, what is still possibly out there, to see whether or not you should upgrade. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you do want me to continue to bring you updates every week to let you know when 1.5 and future beta branch are ready to be upgraded for your liking, let me know, and I will continue to bring you quick weekly updates. That is all for now. As always, take care, and thanks for watching.